I'm Dariah Pedersen.
And I'm Mike Picaro. Here's what's coming up next on Panthervision.
Millions have watched this YouTube video, but only 15 have watched this one. We'll look into the problem.
I'm not trying to criticize math and English.
College isn't all writing in arithmetic. We'll listen in on a breakthrough program.
We like to play catchphrase.
What does a word game have to do with a winning season? We'll explain.
The Panthers!
From the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, this is UWM Panthervision. A weekly newscast reported, written, and produced by students in the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication. And now, the news.
Good evening. Is UWM's reputation more important than your safety?
Wait until you hear what a top university official told us.
Josh Weber joins us now to explain. Josh?
Thanks, Mike. At issue is informing students about what to do if there's ever an active shooter on campus. University police offer a training class, but as we showed you last week, few, if any, students show up. And now an associate vice chancellor tells me requiring students to watch a training video at freshman orientation would make parents paranoid. What happens when you're daydreaming in class and the sound of gunshots snap you out of it? How do you respond?
Honestly, I don't know. I haven't really thought about it.
According to the UWM police, there's a video that you should watch.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
No, not that video. This one.
Shots fired on campus.
The big difference between the two? One has millions of views, while the other has fewer than 30, but could save your life.
I think it's on a case-by-case basis whether people want to receive that information.
But many students aren't aware of the training available.
Has anyone in this room seen the active training video? If you have, keep your hand in the air.
According to Associate Vice Chancellor Jeffrey Hurtado, the university doesn't require training because they don't want to scare people.
Because I think it would be the parents that would be more paranoid, that they're sending their kids to an unsafe campus. So we want to get the message across, but not create hysteria or paranoia.
We still have fire drills, yet we don't live in constant fear of a fire. Why not a lockdown drill?
I don't know that we would do a lockdown drill. So remember, the protocol now is if you can get out safely, get out.
As we showed you in an earlier report, the downtown MATC campus does a lockdown drill. And UWM alumnus John Monroe told us he survived the Navy Yard shooting in September thanks to locking himself in a room while the shooter stalked the halls.
You have to run out into an open space in order to get out of the door because we're on the second floor. So at that point we realized, after we had heard maybe 6 or 7 shots by that time, that we couldn't run out. It is a rare event, but so are hurricanes and so are tornadoes. And so are earthquakes, but we still train for them. We've trained from them as kids. We, hide them to your desks. But for active shooter, we don't. I think it's necessary these days. And if people don't do it, to me, it's almost a form of malpractice. You have to do that.
So, Josh, are students expected to go to the police website to watch this video?
Well, you can find the link on the police website for the video. But like we said earlier, Officer Brown does offer a training class where he'll show the video and give training tips. But no one has shown up for those classes in the times that we have gone there.
So how can students find out if there is an emergency situation on campus?
Well, UWM has a safe alert text system. It's an opt-in system that students sign up for, and it sends them a text in the event of an emergency situation. I signed up for the alert system with Officer Brown of the UWM Police. Signing up only took a few moments, and you can find the link to the sign up on the UWM Police website.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
UW-Madison has had to use its Safe Alert system several times in the past week, and now administrators are explaining why. In a campus-wide email, UW-Madison's police chief says she sympathizes with any uneasy feelings the notifications may have caused. She also explained the different types of notifications, including whisk alerts, which is what Madison calls its cell phone text alert system. A few weeks ago, Madison used the text alert system to tell students to stay indoors after reports of shots being fired near campus.
A longtime UWM employee has died. Linda House-Layden died last week after a sudden illness. House-Layden was the director of the UWM bookstore and more recently served as chair of the Brand Standards and Branded Merchandise Committee. She worked for the university for 30 years and was a UWM alum.
UWM #1, but that's not necessarily a good thing. The public affairs cable network Wisconsin-I is reporting that UWM students graduate with the highest debt in the UW system. The average debt for a UWM graduate is $24,158. The system average is just more than $20,000. UW-Madison students graduate with the lowest average debt, just shy of $16,000. UWM Chancellor Mike Lovell says that socioeconomic status of the families of UWM students is one factor contributing to the high debt.
Debt is just one issue facing new students. Freshmen often have a hard time adjusting to college, but as Kevin Grinke discovered, there's a place on campus that can help.
Kroschel is a freshman who hopes to stick around next year. She reaches out to one of the many resources that the Student Success Center has to offer.
A lot of kids don't, they said 80% of the kids don't email them back, and I was one of the kids that did, and I'm glad I did.
Kroschel is referring to the email she sent Crystal McCain, her mentor at the SSC, which is a campus organization that helps students on and off campus.
And so I'd probably be failing my classes if it weren't for her.
The retention rate is an issue at UWM. Between fall 2011 and 2012, 32% of first-year students never returned. Erica Polak, the director of SSC, is serious about raising the rate.
So feeling comfortable, having fun, all of those are important aspects of student success that lead to retention.
To keep students in the classroom, the SSC hosts events like Who Killed Tim E., a fun time management activity for Halloween.
So ultimately, what we're looking at with retention, when you look at the research, the term is engagement. So the more students engage, the more likely they are to be both academically successful and be retained.
Research shows that students are more likely to come back if they succeed.
And we're really able to provide great residential living options, living learning communities, organizations, ways to get involved, internship.
However, the SSC isn't the only organization on campus that wants to bring first-year students back for more.
Any book on retention or any conference I go to, the key factor is that retention is everyone's job.
As Kroschel continues her education, she is thankful for UWM's help.
So I really appreciated that because I definitely needed it.
From Milwaukee, I'm Kevin Grinke for Panthervision.
The Student Success Center says their goal is to increase the freshman retention rate to above 90%.
Freshman retention is just one part of the enrollment equation. Freshman recruitment is another part. This is the time of year when UWM used to hold its open house, a huge event in the Union designed to recruit high school seniors. The event drew between 3,000 and 4,000 visitors each year, but there is no open house this year. It's being replaced by an event called Meet Milwaukee. About 300 signed up to attend the October event.
Increases in UW-Madison's freshman class is bad news for UW-Milwaukee. Madison increased its in-state freshman enrollment by 9.5% this year. This is the second year in a row Madison has accepted more resident applications. UWM, on the other hand, is down in both total and in-state enrollment. Chancellor Michael Lovell says Madison accepting more in-state freshmen is part of the reason for the UWM enrollment drop.
Those hoping to be freshmen at UW-Madison next year will have to wait a few more days to find out if they got in. The university is extending what they call their first notification deadline by 3 days because of computer glitches. The school's online application system crashed last Thursday. Admission officials say online traffic hit a record number that day, but it's unclear whether that caused the crash.
Funding for student clubs at UWM is a perennial concern, but there's been a big change in how sports clubs are being funded. Panthervision's Joe Horning has the story.
Campus of about 30,000 students, 490 of them have a deep competitive spirit. They are members of UWM sports clubs, 19 student organizations that allow students to compete in the sports they love without following strict NCAA guidelines. Last spring, the sports clubs created their own governing body, the Sports Club Leadership Council. Joe Blankenheim is the president of the Black Cat Ultimate Frisbee team, and he has been working since the creation of the Sports Club Leadership Council.
We grouped together and discussed how we want our funding to begin. We kind of created a subgroup of that, which is the Sports Club Finance Committee, and our funding model got away from going through the SAT grant system.
Melissa Mutri is Sports Club Coordinator and has helped to usher in a new era of sports clubs. Mutri is proud of how the Sports Club Leadership Council has helped promote unity amongst the clubs.
Yeah, we're really trying to build a community amongst the sports club participants.
This unity was first shown last spring when the Student Association was trying to reduce the sports club's funding.
I don't think it would have happened if the sports clubs didn't come out and participants come out and really voice their opinion.
With the creation of the SCLC, it has led to a lot of benefits for the various clubs, such as more money for events.
Yeah, groups are able to go to a lot more different types of competitions. They're able to travel with a lot more ease.
With additional funding, there are options for future sports clubs, such as Olympic handball and women's lacrosse. In Milwaukee, for Panthervision, I'm Joe Horning.
Coming up after the break, is there a future guitar hero on campus?
And what gift of joy is being handed out early?
All that and more when we return.
On the run for 90 minutes. Average foot speed over uneven terrain, barring any injuries, is 4 miles per hour. What I need from each and every one of you is a full target search of every gas station, residence, warehouse, farmhouse, hen house, outhouse, and dog house in that area. Your fugitive has just cashed in his 401k plan, and all he had to do was roll it over.
Learn about rollovers and protecting your financial future, and choose to save.
You can't mess with a big dog.
This is where powerful ideas lead to proven results. This is where you belong.
Thanks for watching UWM Panthervision, Judge Best Student Newscast by the Northwest Broadcast News Association. Panthervision is produced by students in the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication in association with Milwaukee Area Technical College.
It's been 1 year since MATC instituted its tobacco-free policy.
MATC reporter Will Stone takes a look at how the policy has been working.
It's been exactly 1 year since MATC enforced its tobacco-free policy. This policy states that you cannot use tobacco anywhere on property owned by MATC.
The MATC board approved in June of 2012 a policy which took effect in November of 2012 to prohibit the use of tobacco on any MATC property.
I pay taxes, to come to school, and I pay my tuition. Why can't I smoke? I mean, designate an area for people that smoke. Why do we have to be an outcast? That's not fair.
I think it would be all right to smoke on the edge of the school, around the edge where the sidewalks are located. I think that would be fair, and because we're outside and the smoke immediately dissipates.
You would think that the campus would be smoke-free and rid of cigarette butts. Most people I saw ignored the rule altogether.
All college officials have the authority to ask people not to smoke on our property, and public safety obviously would help enforce that policy by first giving a verbal warning to people, letting them know about our policy because it's new, and encouraging them to not be on the premises when they're doing that.
Sometimes this means you'll have to walk up to 3 blocks just to smoke a cigarette.
I think maybe going all the way off campus is a little that's just too much, man.
With a constant stream of smokers outside of MATC, it doesn't look like much has changed in the last year.
Lawrence University in Appleton has a new president. Mark Burstein becomes the college's 16th president. The 52-year-old Burstein was executive vice president at Princeton before accepting the Lawrence job. Lawrence has about 1,500 students and was founded in 1847.
Okay, it's time for that yearly question again. What present do I get someone for Christmas? As Panthervision's Jenna McGlynn found out, a Christmas present can turn into a college degree.
I know how to play that.
He sure does. After all, Junior Brock Camden has been in tune with his guitar since he was 6 years old.
It was a Christmas present. My brother and I both got guitars, and we saw the boxes all wrapped in paper, and we were shaking them around.
Growing up in Burlington, Ontario, just outside Toronto, Camden was influenced by legendary artists
John Fahey and Leo Kaki, which are a couple big fingerstyle guys.
Fingerstyle is one of the 4 guitar programs at UWM that covers everything from blues to Celtic. Director of Guitar Studies John Strobes says it's a time for great experimentation in the field.
I'm not trying to criticize math and English, but it's exciting to be involved in a field that's just opening up for the first time.
UWM's guitar program has drawn students like Michael Fenner from New Zealand, who has found a home at UWM.
It's bizarre because this is the one place in the world that I can have a conversation with someone else about fingerstyle, and they'll know what I'm talking about and be able to converse with me.
If we're talking fingerstyle, then we have to talk about fingernails.
Like, I've got different grade nail files with sandpaper at the end to like buff them out, and it's actually a big part of it.
And what happens if they break one, may you ask?
You cry for a long, long time.
In Milwaukee, I'm Jenna McGlynn for Panthervision.
UWM's fingerstyle guitar is believed to be the only program of its kind in the nation.
The weather outside may be frightful, but the community spirit shown at MATC is quite delightful. Julia Dynick reports on Milwaukee Public Television's Mittens and More Community Drive.
Cold Milwaukee winters can really be. Stuff like this will really come in handy.
But unfortunately, too many local Milwaukee families aren't able to provide the basic necessities needed to keep warm this winter. But thanks to Milwaukee Public Television's 6th annual Mittens and More Drive,
these will be going out to hundreds of local families in need.
MPTV is community service, so by conducting this drive, it's a good feeling that we can give back to the community that gives so much to us. I have a sample here of something that was knit by maybe a lady, maybe a man, but this is the type of items that we do receive. Hats and mittens, exceptional work, exceptional quality.
Providing for over 40 agencies and reaching hundreds of local families in need, Mittens and More fills orders by number to need. Each agency requests a specific amount of supplies needed for males, females, adults, teens, and children.
The Mittens and More campaign has been something that is near and dear to our hearts because so many people really have to go without. It's really an honor for us to be able to bring these items to people and know that we're keeping somebody warm and somebody safe and happy.
If you would like to be involved in Milwaukee Public Television's 7th annual Mittens and More Drive, check out
www.mptv.org or make a donation of brand new or homemade hats, mittens, and scarves, and you will be warming hands, heads, and hearts.
This is Julia with Panthervision. Back to you guys.
James Ashcroft joins us with a look at our weather. How are you, James?
Hey, James.
Hi, guys.
How are you enjoying the weather? It's been really nice lately. Please tell me it's going to keep going.
Well, you know, the clocks went back this weekend, and Benjamin Franklin helped us there, but afraid he hasn't helped us with the weather for this week, really. You know, we can expect to see a lot of rain coming in, a bit of a breeze coming off that Lake Michigan, but don't worry, the weekend should hopefully brighten up. If we take a look at the conditions for right now, we should see that partly cloudy in areas, bit of sun coming through, temperature 49, it's not too bad, but if you're going to be flying out of General Mitchell Airport, expect a little bit of turbulence with that bar pressure. Looking on to today, we're going to see afternoon showers and wind, unfortunately. Lake Michigan playing havoc there with the atmosphere. Highs of 54 and a low of 41. If we look forward to tonight, though, we should be able to see that there is going to be more rain and it will be a little bit chillier than expected. The state lows for today, though, we should be seeing mid-30s, maybe, you know, a 45 in Milwaukee down here. Eau Claire, out there in the west is also a little unfortunate. If we go to the state highs, though, we're going to see it's going to be, the temperature will be rising in areas. We've got Madison, just look coming in at 51. We've got Eau Claire up there coming around about the 50s. If we look forward, though, to Wednesday's performance, we should be able to see that the temperatures still there in the mid-40s, showers coming in, highs of 45 and a low of 27. Fortunately, though, the weekend should brighten up, so it shouldn't be too bad. Thursday, we're going to see a bit of sun in here and there. Friday, we've got more rain. Saturday, brightening up, partly cloudy showers, followed by a Sunday of rain and cloud. So it's not going to be the best of weather, but, you know, if you're going to finish off that Halloween candy and watch a few DVDs, this weekend's probably the best weekend to do it.
Well, at least we don't have any snow in the forecast. Thanks a lot, James.
Thank you.
We might not be in Area 51, but flying discs are making these students get out of bed early.
And why number 14 for the women's soccer team is a national record.
That and more when we return.
This is where powerful ideas lead to proven results. This is where you belong.
Minds can achieve anything. We make sure they get to college. Federal student aid provides more than $150 billion in grants, loans, and work-study funds to make college possible for anyone with a mind to get there. Because if given the chance, minds will do great things. Federal Student Aid, proud sponsor of the American Mind. Learn more about money for college at studentaid.gov.
Thanks for watching UWM Panthervision, judged Best Student Newscast by the Northwest Broadcast News Association. Panthervision is produced by students in the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication in association with Milwaukee Area Technical College.
The UWM women are making college soccer history.
And the volleyball team is winning games on and off the court. Joe Horning joins us now with sports. Joe?
The Horizon League's women's soccer conference tournament is coming to UWM again. That is because the Panthers won the Horizon League crown for the 14th year in a row. That is the longest active streak in U.S. women's soccer. The Panthers clinched the title by beating Oakland University 1-0 Friday night. The title gives them home field advantage in a first-round bye in the tournament. They finished their conference season with a record of 6-1. The women's volleyball team is hungry for wins, but not just on the court.
The women's volleyball team is off and running.
There you go.
Angle of approach.
After last year's disappointing season, this year, the Panther women are hungry.
Every night we have girls on the team cook, so we get to see who the good kicks are.
No, not that kind of hungry.
We're definitely hungry this year.
Nice day.
Hungry for wins, that is.
We should come out with a W.
The Panthers are undefeated in conference play. They attribute their success to more than just time spent on the court.
I think we have a very tight sisterhood, and we're a very close team. I mean, they're like family to me. All of us live together, and once you're really close off the court, it definitely translates on the court. So that's a big reason for our success.
Coach Susie Johnson is proud of the progress her girls have made.
And they really came together as a group, as a whole. So it's been really fun to watch their confidence level rise up.
And volleyball isn't the only game these girls play.
We like to play catchphrase, upperclassmen versus younger-classmen. Upperclassmen always wins. There's no competition, and that's what's, cool about our team. We have the dynamic that we make any situation a good time.
No matter what situation gets thrown at this team, they'll always keep the ball rolling. In Milwaukee for Panthervision, I'm Callie LeCount.
Panthers on 3. 1, 2, 3, Panthers!
The women's volleyball team now holds first place in the Horizon League Conference. Saturday's win comes on the heels of a loss at Valparaiso. The 3-1 loss ended their 9-game winning streak. 4 UWM players reached double figures in kills. One of them, junior Taylor Golubowski, led the Panthers with 25 digs. Senior Rachel Newberger had 15 kills, and junior Julie Kalinsky had 14. The men's basketball season is underway. The team launched their season with an exhibition win over Marian University. The 80-52 win was the first men's basketball game played at the U.S. Cellular Arena since the 2011-2012 season. The Panthers played the last season at the Placha Center. Cherno Niang led the Panthers with 13 points, and sophomores J.J. Panoski and Austin Arians each had 12. UWM had a 49-29 rebound advantage over Marian and held a 31-9 lead in the second chance points. That's it for sports. Mike and Doriah, back to you.
It may not be the first thing you think of when it comes to sports,
but as Panthervision's Kevin Grinke found out, waking up early is not stopping this team from dreaming of big things.
Trey Mansfield, the team's coach, knows it's early in the day, but he can still fire them up. Jake Hoffman is one of Black Cat's top players and doesn't mind getting up early.
Well, I'm a morning person, but it's not too bad.
Chemistry is an important thing for a team to have.
Yeah.
And to help with that, everyone on Black Cat has a unique nickname.
Well, typically it's just, it has to do with their personality or their name. Like our captain, men's captain, his name is Logan, but his nickname is Nagel, so.
They hope to carry that all the way to nationals this season.
Our goal is to make D1 nationals, and coming off of last season, it was a little frustrating. We didn't end up where we wanted to be, but we have a lot of returners this year, a lot of great athletes.
Black Cat is like a family. They live and die as a team.
Woo!
In Milwaukee, I'm Kevin Grinke for Panthervision.
Thank you for tuning in for tonight's edition of UWM Panthervision.
You can watch us on Time Warner Channel 14 and AT&T UVerse Channel 99 at 5 o'clock on Wednesdays and Fridays.
Have a great week.